How's it going, guys? Today I'm going to show you what it's like to drive the all-new Lotus Emira from a first-person point of view. This is the last internal combustion engine car Lotus is making now that they're coming out with the electric SUV as well as the Avaya hypercar. So let's see what the last hurrah of internal combustion power is all about. In the middle of the Lotus Emira is a supercharged 3.5-liter V6 that makes 400 horsepower and 317 pound-feet of torque. There are two engine options available, the supercharged 6-cylinder or a turbocharged 4-cylinder from Mercedes-AMG that makes a bit less power. Now, there are two transmission options available, either a 6-speed automatic or a 6-speed manual. And then if you get the AMG engine, there's an 8-speed dual clutch. The looks of this are absolutely spectacular, very aerodynamic, provides more downforce than any car in its class. Styled slightly after the Avaya hypercar, I love the side air intake, 370mm front brakes, 4 pistons, and the rear end of this is absolutely spectacular. Those taillights, the vent work, and the split dual exhaust is absolutely gorgeous. Lotus has really stepped up their game with the interior. They've always been fantastic driving cars and good-looking cars, but the interiors were a bit lacking in the Evora. This is truly gorgeous. I mean, look at the speaker system, that gorgeous metal. The sill has been shortened to make it easier to get in and out of the car. The seats are super comfortable, absolutely stunning design. All right, let's go ahead and hop inside. They've even done a really good job with the key. I love the shape of this key, lock, unlock, and for the rear trunk. Interestingly, there is no front trunk. To turn the car on, check this out. We've got this little flip up right here, kind of like a Lamborghini, start-stop button. Fires up that 6-cylinder. Now we've got a 12.3-inch digital instrument cluster that's absolutely gorgeous. We also have a 10.2-inch digital display for the infotainment that is fully touchscreen. Check out the graphics. We've got this performance indicator here with even a horsepower gauge and G meter, a lap timer, which is pretty cool, Emira first edition badging. I love how the seats cut off right there. Feels like a proper sports car or even borderline supercar. Really good visibility out of the back. You can see that V6 engine, really nice Alcantara headliner. Interestingly enough, we've got a mirror on this side, but if you flip this down, you don't. But I guess it's all about the driving experience and not about looking at yourself. I love the squared off steering wheel. We've got paddles mounted behind that feel great in your hands. Now down here, we've got the drive mode selector. So right now we're in tour mode, which is the comfort mode. Then we can go into sport mode or track mode. And of course, we are going to be driving this thing in track mode. To shift it into gear, you turn this lever right here, pull it back. That puts it into neutral. Pull it back one more time. That puts it into drive. To go into reverse, 1 forward for neutral, and then 1 more for back. It's got a pretty nice backup camera as well. All right, let's take it out for a drive. All right, behind the wheel of the Emira now. It honestly sounds really good with that supercharged V6. You can hear that supercharger whine. Oh man, I actually like this a lot more than I was expecting to. That hydraulic steering provides a lot more feedback than you're used to in traditional modern cars of today with their sloppy electronic steering. And even if it is tight and responsive, you just don't get that connection and feel through the steering wheel that you get with the hydraulic system. Now, this isn't the sport configuration, which comes with Cup 2 tires and a little bit stiffer suspension. This is the touring configuration, but even still, it corners very flat. We're in track mode, we're stuck behind a little bit of traffic, so let's put it into tour mode real quick to explore what it's like to drive in a comfortable setting. We've put it now into automatic mode. It's much quieter in here. The suspension doesn't ride incredibly soft, but over these pretty bad bumps actually in this road, it is nice and smooth and it's very easy to drive. The visibility is fantastic in this car. You can see everywhere around you, and honestly, this car feels so small. It's 3,100 pounds, and it just feels so tight and compact and nimble. That's kind of Lotus's specialty. But now they've brought brilliant design language to the mix. They've brought an incredible interior And with that AMG engine and that 8-speed dual clutch transmission, I'm excited to see what that's all about. Obviously, in personal preference, I'd rather have the 6-speed manual transmission. We're going to get to experience that soon and do a full review. If I were to opt for one, having not even driven the 6-speed manual yet, but I have driven the previous generation Evora, the manual is obviously the one to go for. You know what is awesome about this car, because it has quote-unquote only 400 horsepower, is you can really use all of the power. In some of these modern supercars with 700, 800 horsepower, it's a lot scarier to drive, but this, you can really push it through its paces in a safer driving environment. Man, this handles well. Some awesome cars out here today in Monterey. This is a fantastic road that everyone likes ripping on during Car Week. Very balanced chassis. It doesn't feel like it wants to understeer or oversteer. It's got this perfect balance to it. Another one of Lotus's specialties. I'm impressed. Wow. And I can only imagine what this thing would be like with a manual transmission. And the acceleration is pretty good. It's not the fastest car in the world, but it's plenty quick. Oh man, I really like it. You know, props to Lotus. It's really exciting to see a brand that has amazing racing history, but has struggled a bit as of late to put its name out there in a really, really exciting light. But I think they're going in the right direction. Well, I know they're going in the right direction. This is a brilliant driving car, and I'm super excited to see the future of Lotus with that Avaya hypercar. I'm excited to drive the all-electric SUV as well. It is sad that this is the last internal combustion engine Lotus, but you know what? They've sent it off with a hell of a final send-off. Wow. This thing is awesome. Special thanks to Con Media and Lotus for the opportunity. I'm excited to see. I think Lotus has some reveals and some big stuff coming at Quail, which is happening tomorrow. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. Like always, please browse the channel and subscribe. I'll let you listen to the Lotus, a couple more acceleration pulls, and then I'll look forward to seeing you next video.